morning, guys. Thank you so much for coming to our staff meeting this morning. Today's staff meeting is going to be all about cyberbullying and how as a staff in a building we can help with cyberbullying and help our students stay safe. So, first of all, I just want to let you see have you guys look at what cyberbullying is in the definition. It's bullying that takes place over digital devices like cell phones, computers, and tablets. It can occur through text and apps, online media. It can be on the games that our kids are playing. This includes sending, posting, or sharing negative, harmful, false, or mean content about someone else. And it can include sharing personal or private information about someone else, causing them to be humiliated or embarrassed. As you know, we have a few kids in our building who I know we can all think about and comes to mind when we are talking about cyberbullying and just how they have been affected by this. And I just wanted to bring some data to you guys this morning and some information, and just so that hopefully we can help keep our kids safe in the future. So what counts as cyberbullying? I just thought this was funny. If you ever seen the host Jimmy Kimmel segment, Celebrities Read Mean Tweets, you might have an idea what it means to cyberbully someone. Although the segment is very, very funny, as we have all, if you haven't watched it, you should Google it. But the reality of the situation is very different and can be difficult for the person who those comments are directed towards. As we know, cyberbullying is a type of harassment. It's threatening, demeaning, or embarrassing another person online. Typically, this is done through mean comments, online rumors, and even sexual remarks. They're usually connected with appearances, intelligence, race, sexuality, and etc. The list goes on and on. So it's essentially anything that is posted online that is intended to hurt or upset someone, regardless of what the topic is. That is just considered to be cyberbullying. So I know that a lot of us have our personal Facebook accounts, but also we have each of our individual classroom Facebook accounts as well. So we just need to be very cautious of the things that are coming in and the things that we are posting on there as well, just to make sure that we are not crossing any of those lines with our students and our other staff members and community members and parents as well. So just be aware. I'm not saying any of you are doing this currently. Just be aware when you are putting stuff out there. First of all, the most common forms of cyberbullying of online harassment in the U.S., according to U.S. students, is sexual remarks. That's 12%. Online rumors is at 20%, and just mean comments is 22%, and all other is 45%. So, I know sometimes with us working in the elementary, a lot of our kids are not 100% sure if it really is bullying or if it really is just someone being mean. But I feel like as a staff, we really need to be on top of this and really teach our kids what the definition is and of cyberbullying and what to watch for. So I will also be presenting to our students on Monday morning about cyberbullying and how they tips and stuff as well. So kind of like what I'm sharing with you today, just not as in-depth or as so much content as I'll be sharing with the students. There are different forms of harassment. 35% had sent, people say that they've sent a screenshot of someone's status or a photo to laugh at them in a group chat. So, also 25% had trolled someone in an online game, meaning that they have purposely seeked them out. So kind of like stalking, but in an online game type form instead of, in real life. 17 have liked or shared something online that openly mocked another person. So if it's someone who's being, wrote a comment about someone else and you liked it, you're engaging in a type of cyberbullying. 16% had done something subtly annoying that someone didn't like. So I know that some of these things you don't always think about. Not saying again that you guys, as my staff, have done this, but definitely I know you've heard of people and talked to people who have done this type of thing, and it might not always seem like it is a cyberbullying, but these are all forms of harassment that can be online. 12% had sent a nasty message, either privately, publicly, to someone they know. And it says offline, but you could do it online or offline. Offline is like your texting type thing. And then 5% had created a fake profile and used it to annoy or upset another person. So they were kind of hiding behind a mask type thing, and seeking out to hurt this person. So, why do teens say they are cyberbullied? A lot of it is people make fun of the way they look. I know this is what we have encountered here at school, especially in our elementary age. Just making fun of how someone looks, how someone dresses, how someone talks. That's the biggest report of people saying that they've been bullied because of their appearance. Next to 25% is their academic achievement or intelligence. This is why, again, I say over and over and over, they are all our students. They are not regular ed. There's not special ed students. They are all our students. I know we can't always keep the other students from knowing. They're in a classroom all together. They know who's top of the class and who's bottom of the class. But as educators, we have to be very confidential about that type of thing as much as we can. Also race. 17% say race. 15% say sexuality, and that could just be because that could be, you know, all those different types of sexualities that we have anymore that someone's making fun of them for. Financial status, it could be, I know we work in a lower income school, so a lot of our kids are in the same boat, but I have heard them say that if they've talked to peers in another school, they have definitely, our kids have felt that financial status bullying just because we live on the south side of town versus the north side of town. So that is another type of cyberbullying. Religion, the type of religion our kids may or may not be involved in. They definitely could see some cyberbullying or some bullying through that. And then 20% of others. So there's lots of different ways that cyberbullying can look. So some laws. As of January 2015, 49 states, all but Montana, have enacted bullying prevention laws. All of these require schools to have a policy to deal with bullying, and almost all of them refer to electronic forms of harassment or cyberbullying. But there exists great variation across the states regarding what exactly is mandated. So Kansas here might look different than Missouri or Nebraska on our borders, or Colorado. So you might have a friend who teaches in another state. Their laws about cyberbullying could be completely different than ours. Doesn't mean they're wrong, just means it could be different. One area of concentration among educators is when they can control or discipline the behavior or speech of students that occurs away from campus. While this is still failing, this is kind of murky water if you want to get into it like that. Some courts have upheld the action of school administration in disciplining students for these online behaviors that have occurred at home or somewhere else besides school. But there are 6 primary elements of what can sit an effective school policy. Our school, yes, we do have a school policy. As a district, we have a school cyberbullying policy as well. And they do include these 6. Specific definitions of harassment, graduated consequences and remedial actions, procedures for reporting, procedures for investigating, language specifically that if a student off campus or behavior results in disruption of the learning environment or infringes on the rights of other students, the student can be disciplined for these. And then procedures for preventing cyberbullying. So as you know, we have gone through to 6th grade one-to-one computers this year. And so that was a big concern of mine and the 6th grade team's conversations, at least for the beginning of this year, and just talking about how we can prevent that cyberbullying. Yes, the students don't take these computers home, and yes, the teachers try as hard as they can to have every student's screen be visible to them, but how do we still prevent those cyberbullying and those here at school so that we're not having to deal with these issues? So, there are 10 tips they give teens when they when they witness the cyberbullying occurring. This is something that I will be sharing with the students, these tips. So, we're going to get posters up around the building and in your classroom for that if students do come to you, here's some tips that you could help them. First, they need to report it to the school, which most of our students do. They need to collect evidence, which means they need to take a screenshot or save the message or whatever it is that they are seeing is the cyberbullying. They need to report to the site, the app, or the game that the cyberbullying is happening. I need to talk to a trusted adult, which, like I said, normally they'll come to a teacher, principal, counselor, one of us in our building. Demonstrate care. So in other words, tell them they're not alone, show them you're there for them, just really give them that encouraging, that it's okay, we will get through this, thank you, you're doing the right thing of reporting this to me, so thank you. Work together, so just what can we do to help this student get through this? Tell them to stop. So in other words, just tell the student, tell whoever's doing the cyberbullying, just tell them to stop, cut it out, quit, it's not appropriate. Don't encourage it. So don't tell the students not to continue to egg the cyberbully on. Don't add things to the comments. Don't even probably reply if you see someone cyberbullying. Just report it. You don't even need to reply and get involved in that. Just stay safe. Again, that whole, you don't have to reply. Just stay safe. Stay out of it. Report it. And then don't give up. So you could brainstorm with the students different ideas to stop the cyberbullying in different ways. And that a lot of people who have been cyberbullied they give up and they turn to suicide. And so we just really need to make sure our students are staying away from that topic and how to direct them to other means of help and support. So, who does cyberbullying affect? It can affect adults, children, teens. Basically, anybody can be affected by cyberbullying. Cyberbullies don't target just one main group of kids or adults. It's everybody. So, discipline here at school, it's not as easy or as effective as it sounds. This Cheryl Bauman is a director of the school counselor and master's degree at the University of Arizona. Says that pushing children out of school is not going to help. Now, bullying online and in person is rarely solved with punitive methods. Children who are punished typically persist and change their methods. So as a staff, what are we going to do? So I'm going to give you here a few minutes at your tables to discuss and come up with a list of at least 3 things that your table thinks are good solutions here in our building to help with these cyberbullying issues that we might be having. So I'm going to give you about 6 to 8 minutes so go ahead and work. Alright, so now that we gathered you all back, here's some of your staff ideas. Parents should not attempt or approach the cyberbully by themselves. We really need to help our children understand that it's not their fault. We need to document some more. So as you can see, we have some great ideas, and I will definitely be taking these into consideration, and definitely I like the idea of maybe adding these to some of those posters that we talked about previously. Our district cyberbullying policy is that behaviors may be constructed as bullying may include all of these things. We definitely have a school handbook that definitely will go into more detail about exactly what we're supposed to be having and doing in cyberbullying situations. So here's all the resources. So if you guys want to look into this in more detail, you guys can definitely hit me up. I have the district policy and our school policy in my office if you would like to see that as well. Thank you so much for listening. I know this is quick and short and to the point, but for the most part, we're not seeing a whole lot of the cyberbullying in our building, but I don't want it to get to where we would see cyberbullying. So, thank you again for listening today. I'm going to give you guys about a 5-10 minute break, and then we'll join back up together here in the library to continue on with our PD for this morning, staff meeting PD. So, thank you.